What's up, everybody? My name is Kason. Welcome in to the BBR week number 1. I'm incredibly excited for this season as we are going to be facing off against a number of awesome coaches, and we are starting off with a banger against GentlemanThomas and the Copenhagen Glades. He has a terrifying team with Kilowattrel at 125 base speed, Latius with a ton of really nice support options, a very scary offensive Iron Moth, great removal and hazard options with Iron Treads, and a Terra Annihilate, who is an absolute nightmare to prep against. He also has a bunch of really nice support pieces to go along with this, so in order to beat his team, let me show you what I'm bringing. But in case you missed the team builder, the full roster on our side is Iron Valiant, Zoroark Hisuian, Shaman, Iron Crown, Indeedee in both forms, Rotom Heat, Dragonite, Terra Iron Hands, Muck, Gastrodon, and Terra Colossal. The first mon we are bringing this week is Zoroark Hisuian. I'm incredibly excited to use this thing again. Max speed, timid nature, max special attack, choice specs item for this week. And the main reason for this is there is no normal type on Thomas's side, which means Shadow Ball does not have any immunities unless you count the bulletproof Chestnut. I'm basically going to click this as many times as they possibly can. The only mon who even resists Shadow Ball is Quillfish Hisuian, and if I can get chip on that, that can really help my other win conditions. I also am rocking Trick here to get rid of the item onto something else who doesn't want to have a choice specs, and if I do that, I can always click Nasty Plot or Hyper Voice to do something else. To go alongside a really big offensive threat though, we need some utility on our side, so we are rocking the Gastrodon this week with the Rocky Helmet item. This is just to get some chip on any sort of physical mons, especially something like the Annihilate. We are mono Surf this week. Now there are definitely Pokemon that resist Surf, but ultimately I couldn't sacrifice any of the 3 other moves on this guy as we really wanted Spikes, Yawn, and Recover. Obviously Yawn is just really good at trying to put things to sleep, especially if they're trying to set up in our face. Spikes are here for hazard, and Recover is just to basically keep the staying power on our Gastrodon. Mon number 3 is going to be our Terra Captain for this week, and it might not be the mon you expect. This week it's actually going to be Colossal with the Heavy Duty Boots item and Flash Fire ability. And now the reason for this is that Iron Moth is a terrifying Pokemon. It is very scary into a lot of the Pokemon on my team. However, with the Flash Fire ability and Terra Steel, we are actually completely immune to both of its stabs, and there is very little that they can really do to us at this point. With the Terra Steel typing, we are actually really good into most of the special threats on the other side. We can also use Curse to get our physical defense up and just be really hard to remove. Heavy Slam and Earthquake hit pretty well into the rest of the team, and we are basically just a max HP, very bulky set with a little bit of attack investment. Fourth mon this week we are bringing is the Rotom Heat, another utility play, Overheat, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave, and Pain Split here with almost max HP, a bit of defense, and a bit of special defense. So overall just meant to take a hit or two from a couple of different Pokemon, hopefully spread some status with the Thunder Wave, Pain Split back some health, and just deal some damage. My thought with this setup is that Thunder Wave, the only Pokemon who are immune to Thunder Wave are the Kilowattrel and the Iron Treads. And those 2 Pokemon really don't want to be in against a Rotom, so ultimately I think Thunder Wave could be a pretty free click this week. As for our win conditions, we've kind of got 2 of them. This one's probably going to come in the mid game, but we've got Iron Valiant with the Booster Energy item, and it's going to be Booster Speed. 208 speed with the Timid Nature, 252 special attack, the rest dumped into HP. We've got Moonblast, Aurasphere, Psyshock, and Destiny Bond. Essentially, Moonblast, Aurasphere cover the entire team except for Iron Moth. Psyshock is the move for that mon, especially because it has low physical defense. Psyshock will actually target its physical defense stat, even though it's a special attack. And Destiny Bond is here just in a situation where, especially if we have like a Terra Annihilate, I don't know what Terra type it could go for. If it tries to take us out, we can always click Destiny Bond, and even if we die to it, they will come down with us, which can be really valuable because honestly, Annihilate can be hard to remove depending on the Terra type. The last mon we are bringing this week is definitely our win condition though, and I'm really excited for this because it matches really well into his team. It's Heavy Duty Boots, Multi-Scale, Dragon Dance, Dragonite. We've got 240 speed with an Adamant Nature, and basically after this, we are going to outspeed everything on the opposing team, unless they are Scarfed. Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Aerial Ace are the 3 moves of choice this week. Dragon Claw, Earthquake cover pretty much everything. We really needed Aerial Ace for the Chestnut because that thing is unbelievably physically tanky, but Aerial Ace, even though it's only 60 base power, is 4 times super effective, and it is a stab move, so it can basically OHKO that thing if we are at +1. So guys, this is going to be the final roster that we're going to jump into week 1 against GentlemanThomas with. Massive thank you to Darude and Goki Gamer for helping with the prep this week, and thank you to Gravy for the animations. I'm incredibly excited to jump into this fight. Let's go. All right, guys, about to jump into the battle against GentlemanThomas. BBR week 1, super excited here. I'm definitely going to lead my Zoroark. He is Terra Ghost Annihilate. We exchanged that right before the start of the battle. So I'm going to go Zoroark here. And now it's just what I want to disguise as. He had sent me his team. I sent him my team because he wanted to get his layout ready. So I was thinking about this already a little bit. I think I want to disguise as Gastro. It's either that or Colossal. So I'll check these other mons first. Do I want to do Gastro or Colossal? I'll do Gastro. My thought is Gastro doesn't really like intimidate anything. Like if I lead it, he's just going to think that I'm going to go for hazards. He may just try to go for hazards himself with either like stealth rocks on treads or spikes on quillfish, spikes on chestnut, to be fair. I think if I get any of those leads, he probably just goes for hazards, which is great because that means Zoroark gets a huge hit off. So I think that's best case scenario. Honestly, if he has treads in on Gastrodon, he might just hard swap because he doesn't necessarily want to take an Earth Power. But yeah, best of luck to GentlemanThomas. This should be a good fight. Looking forward to it. I don't mind if he goes hazards because we have 3 boots users. So it's really not the end of the world if he goes for hazards. I want to just break things and then hopefully bring in Valiant like kind of mid-game to break more, and whatever's left, I think Dragonite should be able to take care of. I think we match up really well into his team, to be honest, so we'll see. Greed is going to be the Quillfish. If he clicks Crunch, it's going to be painful, but I don't think he's going to in front of a Gastrodon. I don't know why he would. So unless he really reads that this is Zoroark, I'm just going to click Hyper Voice. If he's specially bulky, this should do probably... I mean, it'll do more than half no matter what. If he's physically bulky, it can do a lot. So, yeah, I'm just going to rip a Hyper Voice. If he makes this call and goes into Annihilate, then well played. But the thing is, he doesn't know, even if I am Zoroark, whether or not I'd be choiced or not. So if he goes into Annihilate, he's still in a weird spot because I could always Shadow Ball him, right? And what does he really do to me? He can only, like, Throat Chop necessarily, but Terra Ghost Annihilate is scary if we give him some Rage Fist boost. So that's the number one thing I have to, like, keep in mind this fight is just... limit how many times I hit the Annihilate. If I'm going to hit him, I need to hit him hard, so he can't just Rage Fist me. He stays in. Hyper Voice almost OHKOs, and he goes for spikes. That is wonderful. Obviously, I don't love the hazards, but Quillfish is the one thing that can take a Shadow Ball. Nothing else can take a Shadow Ball, and that's already chunked. So he's going to go Annihilate, right? Because he's going to calc this damage. He's going to see that we're specs. So what do I want to be in on when he goes Annihilate is the question. And what is still a safe play in case he clicks Crunch? I don't really want to go Valiant yet, just because that's a little too early, I think. Gastro would be totally fine. I could Yawn on a bulk up. I could go Rotom and potentially threaten a Will-O-Wisp, even though I don't have it. Is that the play? No, I'm going to go Gastro. Because if he bulks up, I Yawn, I'm in an incredible spot and can get a layer of spikes up. I think he will probably, if he's not a Scarf Ape, he should be, I think, bulk up, Drain Punch, Throat Chop, Rage Fist. I guess he could be like EQ, but I don't think he would be. I think he would have Throat Chop for Zoroark and then just have his 2 stabs, I think, is probably the set he brings. And this is the Ape. I was going to say, I know this is coming in because he knows I'm specs into Hyper Voice. So I probably could have went like Valiant, but I just didn't want to go this early. I think I just click Yawn here. And if he goes for Bulk Up, he is going to either fall asleep or swap out. Actually, he could be Vital Spirit. I didn't even think about that. There's no way he runs Vital Spirit, right? He's got to run Defiant. I can't imagine. You don't run Vital Spirit here, right? Dude, if he's Vital Spirit and stays in on this Yawn, then he's just the GOAT. He's going to Terra right away, which is fine. Kind of expected just because this way it allows him to switch into like a Moonblast from Valiant better. So, good call by him Terroring right away. He also could just be like Scarf Terra Blast. So we'll see. No, he taunts. Okay. Well played. That sucks. So now I can't Yawn. Now I can't Spikes. And I don't really want to hit this thing. I'm Flash Fire, not Flame Body. So Colossal doesn't really do anything for me. Plus I'm Terra Steel. This is a tough spot because he's not fighting type anymore, so Valiant doesn't really threaten that hard. I could make an aggressive play and go to Zoroark, but I'm not disguised as anything right now because I went into Gastrodon. I probably should have thought about that a little better so that I could keep the disguise up, but that's okay. I don't even know if I need the disguise. I'm going to go Rotom here. My thought is that if he doesn't know what speed investment I have, I expect him to be a bulky set since he has Taunt and Bulk Up. I don't actually have speed investment, but he might think that I do. And because of that, he might be afraid of a Will-O-Wisp. I don't have Will-O-Wisp. But I can T-Wave him. Because Shadow Ball I don't think does a whole lot. What does it do? Jesus, Shadow Ball doesn't do shit. Does like 20% if he's the max HP, max speed death. That's insane. So I'm basically just feeding him Rage Fist boost if that's the case. So I think I'm just going to T-Wave. Because if he fears the Wisp, he would go into Moth. And if he stays in, at least it's paralyzed. Because Overheat and Shadow Ball don't really do anything for me, I don't think. I think Thunder Wave's the play. I should have brought Will-O-Wisp. But again, T-Wave would be fine here. At least it's slower and it can be parried. And if he switches to Moth on the burn, then Crisis Averted. Then Matt... Did we make this? Is this call happening? Oh, baby. This is huge. I'm sorry, Thomas. I'm sorry to do you like that, man. I don't actually have Will-O-Wisp. But I don't have anything else to, like, threaten it out right away from being in. So now I just go into my Colossal. I am Terra Steel Colossal Flash Fire. So unless he literally clicks Meteor Beam this turn, I will just wall this thing for the rest of the game. It can't touch me. Because it won't do any fire damage to me. Poison and fire completely immune to it. We resist, like, every other attack it can go for. Basically, the only other thing that it can go for that's not at least resisted is Discharge, and we just eat it for breakfast. So fingers crossed that he's not a Power Meteor Beam set, and he clicked it here. He clicked Psychic. That is fine. That actually did a good chunk. Well, I guess we haven't Terra'd yet, so that's fair. Does it tell me anything, though? Not a whole lot. I'm just going to Terra Steel, and I think I get my rocks up. I want to get some hazards in here to punish switches. I would like to be able to confirm if anything is boots or anything like that. He's going to swap out. That's fine. I'll get my rocks up. He's going to go back into the Annihilate. Fair enough. Which is interesting because I could have Will-O-Wisp on this thing. I mean, I'm assuming, like, he obviously will assume that I'm Flash Fire, because why else would I go into this if I wasn't Flash Fire? But I could always have Will-O-Wisp. But he does threaten hard with, like, a Drain Punch or close combat. But getting rocks up, I think, could be pretty huge here. I just want to chip things down for Valiant and Dragonite. How do I want to play this? I could make an aggressive play and go into Zoroark on the Fighting type move. I could also just go into Frenchie. But I showed I went for Thunder Wave, not Will-O-Wisp, so I don't think I could pull that off again. Gastro at least takes the hit and gives Rocky Helmet Chip. Is that worth it? And then just get some Surfs up. The thing is, like, if I power up his Rage Fist, it's not the end of the world as long as I can get him to, like, a little below half. And I can kill with something else. I'll go to Zoroark here. This might be a really aggressive call, but unless he calls out on the Throat Chop, then we're chilling. We're obviously not going to be Disguised. He's going to know, but he would know based on whatever he clicks here anyway. I'm hoping to see the Drain Punch. Rage Fist is the same. I will take it. I will take that. So he has Rage Fist, Taunt, Bulk Up. I'll Shadow Ball. I will Shadow Ball. I don't think he has... You know what? He has Bulletproof Chestnut. If he reads his Shadow Ball and goes into Chestnut, then that's an incredible play by him. I actually probably should have tricked. I should have tricked because I could either give this thing specs. The only other thing I think he would switch into on a Shadow Ball would be Chestnut for the Bulletproof. So giving either Mon specs would have been great. I probably should have just tricked. I just think specs looks so good in this matchup, so I don't necessarily want to get rid of it. But I don't have a ton of other tools to kind of neuter this Annihilate. So if I have to do that, I have to do that. He's thinking... I think the only thing he can really switch into well is Chestnut. If he makes this read on Shadow Ball, that's super good. Because we could have Bitter Malice, to be fair. Well played. Well played by Thomas. That's a great read. Because we easily could have been Bitter Malice, and that could have messed him up. But he knows I wouldn't do that in front of a Defiant Annihilate, so good play by him. I will go Frenchie here, because I don't think there's really anything that Chestnut can do to me. He's not going to body press in front of a Zoroark. He could go for like another layer of spikes. He could go for an Iron Defense, but we're going to threaten this thing really hard. So, knockoff. That is a, you know, honestly, I don't even think I knew Chestnut got knockoff. That's a great play. So, I will Thunder Wave. He could go into Moth, but if he does, it just welcomes back in my Colossal. And if Moth comes in, it'll take hazards. And if it doesn't take hazards, at least we know it's boots. So... I'm really not afraid of Moth. I can always go Colossal on it. So I will T-Wave and see what he goes for. If I can get a pair on something else, then that is just great for me. I don't think he stays in on a Overheat. He's going to swap. He could go Annihilate just on the the overheat and take the damage. Goes up. You know, that's a great play, actually. Sacks the Quillfish to rocks. That's a really good play by him. So we do get the first kill on the board. So Colossal is going to pick up a kill with the Stealth Rocks. Zoroark did most of the work there, but Colossal does pick up one. So our Thunderwave misses, obviously. What does he go? Does he go Moth here, maybe? Just to hit something hard? He goes Igris. I think this is Ape, right? I think he knows I probably don't have Will-O-Wisp. So... do I just T-Wave again, though? And just paralyze this thing? I think I just go Shadow Ball and just get some chip. If I can get this thing down below, like, half. So he will Rage Fist. This is only 50 base power right now, though. So this should not do a whole lot. I was going to say, that did way more than it should. That was a crit. That's why. That does decent amount. 20. Tell me you're not weakness policy. I was panicked for a second. I was like, wait. I don't know if he revealed leftovers already, but he is. I was panicked for a second on weakness policy. Do I need Rotom? I think if I go Gastro, Rocky Helmet Chip on a Rage Fist. I don't even know if Rage Fist kills from here. If it doesn't, we could get 2 Rocky Helmet Chips in. And the thing is, he might not even have Drain Punch. Because if he has Drain Punch, he has 0 way to hit my Zoroark. Because if he reveals Drain Punch, that means I can go into Zoroark every single time on Annihilate. Because it means he has no way to hit him at all. So he's got to have Throat Chop or something like that, right? He has to. I can't imagine it. There it is. There's the Throat Chop. So he tries to make the read on the Zoroark. Honestly, a good play by him. He's going to take Helmet Chip. The lefties happens. But honestly, he doesn't have Drain Punch and he doesn't have Rest or anything. So I'm not super concerned. I think I just Surf here to get more chip. Yeah, I'm just going to Surf here and get a little bit of chip. If he doesn't KO me, he goes for Taunt, that's fine. I know I'm powering up his Rage Fist, but that doesn't really matter to me because he doesn't have a way to boost up his speed. That chip, if he hits me again, he will take Rocky Helmet. And right now, we are just about Moonblast range. I think we might just need a little more damage. I might just sack Frenchie, actually. I might keep Gastro just for Rocky Helmet on something else if I need. I think I'm just going to sack Rotom. Because I don't think I really need this for anything. It already did its job. So Rage Fist will take us out. That's fine. This way, at least if I want to get some hazards up, or I need Rocky Helmet late in the game for something. Because I've been in that situation before where I need a small amount of chip, and Rocky Helmet can sometimes do that. At least I can keep Gastro around for that if I need. From what I'm seeing, Throat Chop will not kill me, I don't think. The calc I'm looking at, Zoroark would just barely live, I think. I think I go Zoroark here and go for a Trick. And then just Trick a Specs onto either this or the Chestnut. He also... I mean, he should know, because Colossal's Terra'd already, unless he forgot. But I will Trick and give him a Specs, I think. Because I don't want a Shadow Ball on the Chestnut. 190 out of 252. I'm pretty sure I can live a Throat Chop. I don't think he's, like, really offensive. I think he's mostly bulk. So I think I live a Throat Chop, so I think this is okay to go for. He does stay in. Good play by him if he Throat Chops. But... I mean, he has to, right? Does he think this is Colossal? Oh, man. Poor Thomas. I think... I know, he said the other day he was sick, and that he said that he felt like he had brain fog. I wonder if he taunted thinking this is Colossal. I already Terra'd, so you know it's not. Now that I've tricked, do I go for a Nasty Plot? Is that greedy as shit? He taunted, so I can't Nasty Plot. But I have the Leftovers recovery now, which is pretty sweet. So I will Shadow Ball, and if he goes into Chestnut, it's fine. And he's just going to go into the Moth, which is fine. So he's basically going to sack this thing off. Colossal coming in with the Shadow Ball is kind of sick. Big crit, actually. We will always 2-hit KO with Shadow Ball into Hyper Voice, I think. But that crit might make it so that we can do Shadow Ball. But I think I go Hyper Voice here, because this way, if he goes into Chestnut, we'll do damage. Shadow Ball into Hyper Voice always kills, I believe. But that crit is a little fortunate. I do apologize. Is he Boots? I don't think I saw Rock's damage. So he must be Boots, I think. I don't think I saw Rock's chip. Yeah, so Hyper Voice is going to take it out. I'm not going to lie. Chestnut, or Colossal doing Hyper Voice looks kind of sick. Leftovers recovery. And our Zoroark is almost full HP now because of these lefties that we stole. So it's kind of nice. I have missed playing with Zoroark. I loved this mon when I had it in the IBL. I really, really enjoy it. So it comes into Tusk now. Do I just go for a Shadow Ball to get some damage? No, Zoroark's too strong here, I think. If this thing's really offensive, we might die to an EQ. I don't think it would be. But I don't really want to take any more chip, because we could always die to spikes when we come back in. I think I'd just go Gastro here. And that way, just in case... I don't know, we'll see. Pretty sure an EQ will just take us out, or at least two will. 2 EQs will take us out for sure. Oh yeah, after spikes damage, we'll die to EQ, I think. Yeah. We die. I was going to say, he could always go for knockoff too, which could kill us, which is not good. So we end up sacking Gastro anyway. Unfortunately, don't get Rocky Helmet chip, but I think with these 4 mons, we're looking good. I think it's Valiant time, right? So if it's Scarfed, which it doesn't matter, we're booster speed. So worst case scenario, it would have to be... Worst case scenario is he's Choppleberry and then Iron Heads us. But based on the prep, I don't think he can bring Iron Head. I was looking at the moves. I think he has to have like Stone Edge and Ice Spinner. So I think we're always good here to Aura Sphere. If he swaps into something, then good on him. But even if he's Chopple, he has to EQ us, I think. I don't think he can afford Iron Head on his moveset. Because he's got to have Ice Spinner for Dragonite. He's got to have Stone Edge for like Rotom. So I think he's probably like Spin, EQ, Stone Edge, Ice Spinner. I don't even know if he can afford knockoff. But he doesn't really have switch-ins to this, so he might just let me take this. Again, it could be Chopple. He might just be calcing, I don't know. But Aura Sphere, I think, should take him out every time unless he's like AV. He would have to be like Assault Vest to live, which would be a weird item to have because I could always have CC. Also, Homelander, Valiant looks so sick. Aura Sphere comes off. He is not Chopple. That is a kill. Valiant picks up its first of the season. This mon looks so effing cool. It is like the coolest looking mon in the game, I swear. It looks dope as shit. Sorry, I'm just in love with the design of this mon. Because I think Gardevoir and Gallade are 2 of the coolest mons, so like a futuristic version is just pretty clean with it. Why do you go into Latias here? Are you weakness policy? If I activate weakness policy and you click agility, do we lose? If he's Roselli Berry, that kind of sucks. But I think I just get my damage no matter what. He's not Roselli Berry. Are you weakness policy? Just barely don't kill. So that's not a super bulky Latias, I don't think. Gonna Shadow Ball. Not sure if that's a read or just doesn't have Psychic, but now I can Moonblast again, right? Valiant, man. Holy cow. This mon is crazy. Just picks up 2 KOs for sure. And now we are definitely in Rage Fist range. I don't know that we kill with a Moonblast. I think he got a little bit of recovery on Ape. So he could go into that. Because Chestnut he can't go into. We would just kill with a Moonblast. Yeah, he's going to go Ape. After hazards, we might kill with a Moonblast. It's going to be close. He has to Rage Fist. There's a part of me that just wants to go into Zoroark. But also he specs. So he has to click an attack. I don't think I actually kill with Moonblast. I don't think I kill with Moonblast based on this calc. If I Destiny Bond here, he will kill me with Rage Fist. If I Destiny Bond and he Throat Chops, then I'll just Moonblast next turn. It's fine. But he should Rage Fist, right? I would assume. I don't think he can afford to go for Throat Chop. So I'll Destiny Bond. He should always kill me here, and I'll take him with. Because I don't think a Moonblast kills from this range based on the calc I'm looking at. So he does Rage Fist, so Iron Valiant, you did your job. You got 3 kills because you're going to take this Annihilate down with you. That is actually pretty sick. So Rage Fist is going to come off, going to kill Homelander. But we all know Homelander's taking somebody down with him if he's going down. Destiny Bond. Dude, Valiant is such an insane Pokemon. I'm so excited to use this thing this season. I've been wanting to use this mod for so long. It's got so many cool attacks. It's actually disgusting. And now I just go Annihilate, or Dragonite. Because it should just be Chestnut left. I don't even think I need to Dragon Dance because he can't one-hit KO me with anything. So I just Aerial Ace. Now I just get to show off the Aerial Ace, a move that I don't know if I'll use again this season on Dragonite, but you better believe I brought it because Chestnut is tanky as shit. But 4 times super effective, this might not even kill. It doesn't. That's hilarious. And it's Rocky Helmet, so it does pop our multi-skill, but he's going to go for Roar. So denying the Dragonite the kill. So who's going to get the kill is the question. That's not Colossal. It's going to be Zoroark. But do we get to see Colossal go for another Hyper Voice or Shadow Ball? I think we do. Or Hyper Voice. It can't be Shadow Ball. So Colossal only got 1 kill this game, but it's going to look like he got 3 because it Hyper Voiced a couple times, which is hilarious. But GG's to Thomas. This was a really fun game. Super fun game to start the season off on. I will say, I think he played fine. My prep was not... It's not my prep. My team matches up very, very well into his. That's what I will say, just in my opinion. It's not that he has a bad team. I just think mine matches up really well in his. So GG to Thomas. Glad we could pick up a win and start the season off right. Hopefully we can pick up another win next week. I think we face off against Q, the Costa Rican. So that should be another really tough fight. But honestly, we have been slow starters notoriously in Pokemon Draft League. PPLNX, we started off with a win. This season we start off with a win, so maybe we've shaken off the whole slow starting thing. Hopefully that's now gone as we've now won our first game in the last 2 times. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we'll catch you next week. Have a wonderful day.